Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am your host, Brandon. I was looking at workout shorts on Amazon and these popped up, Perna. And now I know why Jeff Bezos is the richest man on earth. He knows exactly what I want, dare I say what I need, before I even do. It's why he's the Nostradamus of merchandise. But this is a football show, and today, I do have football news. For example, we have Deion Sanders leaving the NFL Network for Barstool Sports.
Barstools, baby!
Hard Knocks, featuring a double dose of LA teams, debuted Tuesday night. The Broncos signed right tackle Demar Dotson to replace Juwan James. The Washington football team will be fanless this season, but Jerry Jones plans on having Cowboys fans in his stadium. Myles Garrett exposed some pretty terrible racist DMs, and the Bills extend head coach Sean McDermott. Lots to discuss. Whew, that's good, sports. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Click that notification button if you want to know when I make football videos. I will have your Patreon shoutouts at the end of today's episode, because right now we've got a sponsorship from manscaped.com/goodsports and the Perfect Package 3.0, which features high-performance boxer briefs. Anytime you can point to your groin and say high performance, do it. The Perfect Package 3.0 comes with the new Lawnmower 3.0, which is a water-resistant body hair trimmer built with skin-safe technology to reduce nicks and cuts down in your penis, balls, pube, testicles region. Once you have your crotch manscaped to your liking, cover the family jewels with Manscaped's anti-chafing cooling boxer briefs. Look, your balls need to breathe. They're basically the lungs of your thighs. These boxer briefs help them do just that, as they're made with a super soft contour flex material, which is a microfiber blend that also repels moisture. So if you don't want to suffocate your balls, go to manscaped.com/goodsports for my discount and the link in the description to get you 2 free gifts plus 20% off and free international shipping. All right, the 49ers are kicking the tires on wide receiver Tavon Austin today with the workout. The last time Austin had more than 13 receptions in a season was in 2016 with the Rams. To be fair to Tavon, he did have 59 rushing attempts in 2017 with LA, which leads me to the conclusion that I have no fucking idea what position Tavon Austin plays or what he actually does on the football field. But if anyone can figure it out, it's Kyle Shanahan. Between Austin and Jordan Reed, they really are assembling 2015's best offense. The Patriots and running back Lamar Miller agreed to a 1-year deal on Monday. I assumed the Patriots had solid depth at the running back position with James White, Sony Michel, and Rex Burkhead, but Michel had offseason foot surgery and is currently on the physically unable to perform list. Also, Brandon Bolden opted out, so Miller is a nice add for New England. Miller did not play last season due to an ACL tear, but averaged 4.6 yards per carry in 2018 and was 27 yards away from breaking 1,000 for the second time in his career. Plus, he's still on the right side of 30 at age 29 and is exactly the type of rotational back you want in New England. I would expect they'll only rotate him forwards, so he's facing the defense. As if the Patriots couldn't become any more problematic, they went ahead and traded for Lions corner Michael Jackson. Honestly, I was surprised the Saints didn't make this trade first. The Washington football team will play without fans in their stadium this season. Every stadium will either not allow fans or will have very limited capacity. That said, the way Washington announced this on Twitter was so Washington. From the Washington football team Twitter, Washington football team to kick off 2020 season without fans at FedEx Field. Either they are purposely writing their tweets in third person, or their social media person is so lazy they just copied the headline and then tweeted it out. I'm not sure how Dan Snyder will be able to afford a solid gold toilet seat for his yacht without fans. which is proof that COVID has impacted all of us. And that's why I applaud Jerry Jones and his relentless pursuit to ensure his ass cheeks never touch anything but solid 14-karat gold, whether he's on land or at sea. Jerry Jones gonna put butts in the stands this season so Jerry Jones get his solid gold toilet seat. That's a callback. I realize I might sound like a crazy person and you might not know what I'm talking about. Oh, you selfish son of a bitch! Jerry needs a gold toilet, you fucking fucker, motherfucker! Give us your fucking money! Anyway, Jerry Jones promises that fans can be safe in Jerry World because of the stadium's natural airflow. And I promise coronavirus will make Jerry World its most luxurious home for the rest of 2020. Jones went on to say that he does not mind sharing his football stadium with coronavirus as long as the virus stands for the national anthem. Good luck, Jerry. Good luck with that. Everyone knows the virus only stands for the Chinese national anthem, you idiot. Now, I'm all for fans being in stadiums if they can do it safely, especially if it allows loyal Cowboys fans to see their team disappoint them in person for the 25th straight season. Some traditions are bigger than COVID-19. Now, Hard Knocks aired on HBO last night. Will Keys and I will be doing a live stream tomorrow on this channel to recap the episode and shoot the shit with you guys as we prepare for a football season. Now, we learned on Hard Knocks that Chargers head coach Anthony Lynn had the coronavirus. He joined Sean Payton and Doug Peterson as the 3 NFL head coaches to get it. Peterson actually returned to the team facility today, so that's good news. Either he doesn't have COVID anymore or he's going to purposely infect every player on the team so they are immune for the season. Now, my big takeaways from Hard Knocks were it's not nearly as interesting when the team isn't getting ready for a game and the practices are simply walkthroughs. Joey Bosa is so rich now, he's no longer scared to cry on camera.
My dad called me and I picked up that phone and he was just so happy. And it was really cool. It was a really cool moment.
But most importantly, Sean McVay doesn't want anyone shitting in the porta potties.
And also, don't be the guy that takes his shit in the porta potties. All right, I went in there, I about threw up. All right, have a little bit more social awareness. That's to take a piss, don't take a shit in the porta potties.
We gotta start putting the camera on the porta potty, see who's shitting in there.
It's truly brave of Sean McVay to be the first NFL head coach to come out anti-porta potty. That said, McVay left the door open for anyone who wants to masturbate in them, which is the only place Jared Goff can actually get off. The Broncos added much-needed depth to their right tackle position and signed former Buccaneers right tackle Demar Dotson. It's been reported that Dotson will back up projected starter Elijah Wilkinson, but I believe a guy as experienced as Dotson actually wins that job. Now, that's not a knock on Wilkinson, but if healthy, a veteran tackle has value that's hard to replicate with a traditional swing player. I sort of see Dotson and Wilkinson as one player and expect to see both of them start at various points throughout the season. That's just the kind of luck the Broncos have had at right tackle. If you ball, I block your call. If you ball, I block your call. The one good thing that has happened in 2020 so far is that Deion Sanders finally left the NFL Network. I'm not sure how they will replace someone who phoned it in every Sunday night, both figuratively and literally, as Deion worked remotely all of 2019 and appeared to barely watch any football on Sunday to prepare for his Sunday night show. Now, many predicted that he would sign with Fox Sports, but he zigged and has joined Barstool Sports.
So if you didn't know, now you know. Prime time and Barstool. I like that. Prime time and Barstool. I like that.
I actually like the move to Barstool for Deion Sanders, because I will never watch him there.
I like that.
Plus, they will never limit the amount of time he spends talking about himself.
See, I love to speak my mind, and now, baby, I got the platform to do it.
My hope is that Barstool gets creative. I think it would be really funny if Deion had to prove himself at Barstool as an intern first. Great segments like Prime Gets Coffee, Prime Gets Big Cat's Car Washed, and Prime gets yelled at after buying every Barstool employee an Amazon Prime membership thinking it's free because they're using his likeness. How can it not be free if it's called Amazon Me?
I like that.
I think Deion should be a little bit sharper, considering we know you can't get concussed if you don't tackle. My genuine concern is that Deion Sanders does not have thick enough skin to live in Barstool's world. He blocked me on Twitter for questioning how he, as a Hall of Fame defensive back, didn't know who Kevin Byard was. You think the Stoolies are going to take it easy on him when he inevitably puts his foot in his mouth over at Barstool? No. It's a pretty crazy world, though, when Barstool can steal one of the NFL Network's most notable employees. And by that, I am sure they tried to get Dave Damashek before they settled for Deion Sanders. Mike Daniels, who is one of the more perplexing free agents still available, signed with the Cincinnati Bengals on a one-year incentive-laden deal that could pay up to $2.7 million if Daniels stays healthy. Daniels only played in 10 games in his final season in Green Bay, and then made a massive mistake by agreeing to play for a Matt Patricia coach team, and only started in 2 games in Detroit and appeared in 9. Daniels is 31, and if healthy, has a lot of good football left in him if he plays in the right situation. Where did he sign again? Cincinnati. Oh yeah, his career's done. That is not the right situation for any defender. Myles Garrett has been getting a ton of hate in his DMs. Part of this stems back to the Mason Rudolph incident, and part of it stems back to Myles Garrett simply being a black person. Garrett accused Rudolph of calling him a slur on the field, and will likely never know if that is true, but if he didn't, a few people on Twitter certainly took it upon themselves to do it. Over the weekend, Myles Garrett tweeted out DMs he was receiving from people calling him the N-word. Here's what I think should happen as a punishment for these morons. These same guys should have to call Myles Garrett the N-word one more time, but they have to do it in person to his face. And Myles Garrett gets Mason Rudolph's helmet. Problem solved. Finally, the Buffalo Bills signed head coach Sean McDermott to a multi-year extension, stating he's everything Rex Ryan, Doug Marrone, Chan Gailey, Perry Fewell, Dick Duran, Mike Mularkey, and Greg Williams weren't. A good head coach with a winning record. That is why we want to keep Sean McDermott here. Wade Phillips was the last Bills head coach to end his tenure in Buffalo with a winning record. Just like Wade, McDermott is 0-2 in the playoffs, but I expect that to change this year when they beat the Patriots in the wild card round. And Sean McDermott gets his first win against the Patriots in that game. Now, I do have Big Dick Patreon shoutouts. I put the information to join the Patreon Fantasy Football League for all $20 donors on Patreon, so you can sign up there. Shoutouts for Jeremy Russell, upping to $4.02. Sean Korn, Almost Heaven Plumbing, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain Plumbing, Shenandoah River Plumbing. Kelly Hoke, T-Sack, Kulapuai Market, upping to 17. Does Von Miller have fucking red hair, upping to 20. Austin, my ass microbes will save us all from COVID, Cordell, upping to 10. And you could never have the hatred I have for Tom Brady, #Colts fans. Thank you guys so much for your donations. Patreon.com/ThatsGoodSports. That's how you support this channel. Again, your fantasy info is up on the Patreon page now. Boom! Subscribe here on YouTube. I've got videos on the screen. My most underrated player on every AFC team. Check that video out now. It is pretty okay. It's all right.